Hey everyone, I'm Kel, and welcome to another Force of Will video. Today we are doing a double deck in the box video for the new Ghost in the Shell Force of Will crossover set. The set is incredibly weird. If you saw my first video on this, you'll just see just kind of how weird this is, but I digress. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, I can't wait to just kind of build a deck out of these weird cards. Before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to Happy Little Hug Factory. Those folks sent me these two boxes to make this video. They are awesome. They support Force of Will content creators like yours truly. I do have an affiliate link in the description down below. Check them out. They do have sealed Ghost in the Shell product for the starter decks and the booster boxes like so, as well as pre-orders for the next Alice Origin set for Force of Will, Alice Origin 3. Once again, check them out. Use my affiliate link and let's get started. This is going to be a very interesting video because I've never done a deck in the box video for a set that doesn't have a ruler in it. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to operate under the assumption that you have the starter deck. So I'm going to pull the starter deck aside. If you want to see the starter deck opened up, I did that in the first video. Yeah, we're going to assume you have the starter deck. So maybe you bought the starter deck and these two boxes. What is the best deck that you can make? So you can kind of think of this as maybe like a starter deck upgrade guide, or if you just want to stay like all Ghost in the Shell sealed kind of thing, something like that. So I am going to include some of the cards from the starter deck in the actual deck construction at the end, but we're not going to really go through the starter deck itself here. There are some pretty sweet cards though, like the Kusanagi and Bodysuit. That's a pretty good card. Pretty good art too. Most of the arts are weird and I don't know. Anyway, let's just go. All right, shrink wrap off. These are the packs. I mean, like I said, kind of a weird looking set. Very, very interesting and strange. I think it's really cool, but it's also just kind of like bizarre. I don't know. I might just buy another one of these just to have sealed and just keep it on my shelf because the boxes look really nice. The cards, some of them are Anyway, we got Saito in Relaxed, Ishikawa, the Experienced Crew. He has Dive. Dive is a pretty interesting mechanic. Basically, you pay the dive cost and then do the dive thing, and you set it aside from the game with a little counter on it, and then you can play it like it was in your hand. So it's kind of like this, like the adventure mechanic for Magic, if you're familiar with that. It kind of goes over all that stuff right here. Very, very interesting mechanic here. We're not going to go over all the cards because that would take a while, but we're going to cover like some of the key ones, specifically like the rares and super rares. Infiltration Reconnaissance. Look at your opponent's hand. That's probably not something we'll include. We have this dude with a hole in his head. Gary Hearts. He's just got barrier. He's got big butt and he's got barrier. We got Raidist. Enter your opponent discards a card from their hand for 5. Oof. There's a lot of like high drop cards in this set. Jumping. Target Resonator gains flying until end of turn. Kind of like the artwork, but it's still like really like dark. There's a lot of like artwork in here that's like dark and kind of muddy looking. Spider type drone, 100 for 1. Machine. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck. You may put it onto the bottom of the deck. And Mr. Anderson, we have John Smith. 300 for 1. Enter, rest a Resonator. You know what? He's actually not the worst, but we're not going to run him. Worldwide default for 7. All players discard all cards from their hands. Yikes. I don't know if we're going to be playing that. Ooh, we got a Prime Minister's Office. It's a foil one. This is one of the cards that if you control all of them, so if you control Prime Minister's Office, Home Ministry, and Section 9, you're going to add additional will. It's like one of the Urza lands from Magic. There's a lot of stuff in this set that's like, it's like this card, but from Magic. Yeah, it's very interesting. There's like a, like the one that gives you flying is just like jump from Magic. There's Stan the Noob, classic Magic card. I think Stan the Noob is one of my favorite cards. Of laying down arms, it's like a little a debuff. It's like, man. Ghost Meeting for 4, draw 2 cards. Kind of like the art, but card is not great. The President of Obsidian Inc. He's just he's a Kill Bill extra. Got Saito boarding Tachikoma. He got swiftness, but geez, he costs 5 to play. Blackhawk costs 6 to play. Whenever this card attacks, this card deals 1300 damage to another target Resonator. Pretty good, but also like for the beams of light, you don't want to pay 600 or 6 for the beams of light. Got a wired anchor. They're like invisible, so it's awkward to see. But put a machine from your graveyard into your hand. Maybe. We have a stealth drone, 800 for 5 with flying. That's like whatever. Whenever this card attacks, it deals 800 damage to another Resonator. You can make like like a robot deck, do all the attack damage. We got a Bato. This is a super rare 400 or 4 cost 1000 1000 human machine. He's got dive 4, resonator gains plus 1500 plus 1500 until end of turn. Yeah, that seems decent. Not great, but decent. We got an armored car. That's it. It's an armored car. We're just gonna put the regular foils right on over there. We're gonna put all the supers here and all of the rares up there. Hopefully we get one of the secrets. That would be amazing. That's really what I want. Gotta get the secrets. So we got nomads. They're just some dudes in a truck. We have Kusanagi chilling in a car. Gaze with curiosity, as I call this peep. This is totally a peep. Look at your opponent's hand. Nah, not great. Hacker with a brief. It's literally a dude in underwear. He's a 100, 300 for 1. This is one of the worst cards they've ever made. Oh god. Bato, a mercenary crew. He's a whole crew by himself. Maid robot. I take that back. Is brief dude worse than maid robot? Maid robot's better. She's at least a machine, and she at least has like waifu art. But the other dude's just like a dude in his underwear. Got a roundhouse kick, kicking Voldemort right in the face. Destroy all resonators with total cost 1 or less. That's actually not terrible. Delta cyborged army. I don't know how you cyborged something, but yeah, there you go. Aramaki, an executive of the public security. He's a 600, 800 for 5. Human, enter, draw 2 cards. That's too much. 5 is too much, my dude. We got a Purin Asaki, an investigator. She's just an investigator. It's a 2 cost though. 400, 400 for 2. Quick cast. Whenever this card attacks or blocks, draw a card. That's not terrible. We'll probably put that in our deck, honestly. The power level of this set is like all over the place. Some of the cards are like really good, and then some of the cards are like not very good. Like this guy's pretty good. Secret Agent, 500, 500 for 2. Cannot be blocked. He's just unblockable. That seems pretty good. Got another Ishikawa, the experienced crew. Just this jabroni. Saito boarding the Tachikoma. There's a lot of just like basic cards that don't do anything. This set could be really fun to play, like just in its entirety, like just Ghost in the Shell. Everyone just plays with Ghost in the Shell stuff. Bato and Ishikawa. This card cannot be attacked. I wish it would just not unblockable. Just a big old unblockable jabroni. We have a head-mounted display. This is an addition. Whenever a resonator enters your field, look at your opponent's hand. Huh. Interesting. Not great, but interesting. We have another one of those Urza Tron lands, and then a Blackhawk foil. Not exactly what we were looking for, but those lands or magic stones. They're not lands, dude. They're magic stones. The magic stones, we'll probably play those. Ada Byron. Put a machine from your graveyard into your hand. Get another secret agent. Probably gonna play with all those secret agents, honestly. Kurisu, the dude costs 5. Whenever it's targeted, you draw a card. Nope. We got a buggy. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. You can put a machine or a human from among them into your hand. Put the rest on your bottom. Yo, the buggy seems pretty good, actually. Got a truck. Reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Put 2 machines and or human cards from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. For 6! Oof. But the card's like not too bad. I don't know. Armored cards. Okay, the truck is definitely better than the armored car. Got the head-mounted display. Got banishes card. Target resonator gains barrier. Actually, maybe not bad. Kusanagi Motoko, informal wear. Yo, I didn't get this in the other one. 200, 200 for 1. Human machine. Enter. Choose a card with dive from your deck. Remove from the game with the cyber brain counter on it, and then shuffle your deck. This is pretty good. And then a watchdog robot. 200, 200. Banishes card. Deals 200 damage to your resonator. Actually, that doesn't seem too bad either. Yeah, sweet. Kusanagi. We're going to play with all of our Motoko. We're going to play with all of those that we can get. Because, yeah. Evasive action. Dual barrel. Not a good card. We got some Android. Yeah, harlots. That's what they're called. 0, 300 for 1. Banish this card. Draw a card, then discard a card. Actually, doesn't seem too bad. Infiltration Reconnaissance. Look your opponent's hand at the top card of your deck. Seems real bad. Presidential Orders. Rest all resonators your opponents control. Doesn't seem too bad as a finisher, but I know there's better in this set. Got another truck. Just big old trucks. This is just Tagusa. That's it. He doesn't do anything. Yeah, we have Jumping. Not to be confused with Jump. Got Edwards Air Force Base is a special magic stone. We'll probably run it in the deck. It's not great, but better than nothing. You got Ishikawa and Motoko is a rare. Destroy target non-J-Ruler, non-Magic Stone entity. This card seems pretty good. Yeah. Not too bad at all. And since we're opening 2 boxes, we're gonna have like a lot of things to choose from. And as we go, we're gonna go over like the comments much quicker. Top secret document, search your deck for a card, put in your hand. Yo, that might be good. Presidential order is the poops. We have Bato and Ishikawa. It's not the poops, but I mean we're not gonna play it. Wasp type drone, 100 flying. And when it attacks, put the top card of your opponent's deck into the graveyard. It's a mill card, weird. Tachikoma B, this is a rare, 600 for 3. Quick cast, enter, return a resonator to his owner's hand. Yo, that card seems really good. And this is just straight up Bato. Did we already get a Bato? Yeah, we already got a Bato. This is a foil straight up Bato. Still looking for one of those sweet acrobatic shot. No, one of those sweet secrets. Deals 600 damage divided as you choose any number of target resonators. Yeah, that could be good. Better than like most of this stuff in here. Top secret document. Wait, what's this? This one lets you search your deck. Yeah, not bad. Raidist. Opponent discards a card for 5. Seems bad. Blackhawk. Too much. Spider type drone. Seems bad. Saito the Sniper. Oh, this one seems. Wait, no. No, yeah, this one's really good. 600 for 3. Dive 3. Destroy a resonator. You lose 400 life. Yeah, I'll take that. That seems good. It's a super rare. And then we have a foil peep. Foil peep. See, like, this is one of the examples of the art where it looks not too bad because there's like actual color in the frame, whereas something like this one, it's just like muddled and kind of like, I don't know, it just ends up not looking great. Yo, Force of Will, hire me and I will make the cards look better. Presidential order, head mounted display, stealth drone, cyborged army, and I'll also make it so that the names make sense. Bato and Togusa, 700 for 4. This is super rare. Dive 1, draw a card, enter, return a resonator to his owner's hand. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not terrible. We have this jabroni who will not see play in our deck, like at all. Why would you play with him when you can do something else? Look at this lady. Civilian with business spirit. She's a 3-drop, 500, enter, draw a card. Acrobatic shot. Yo, we're going to put all of those. Got this peep. Cyber interface. Watchdog robot. Got the Blackhawk down. Kick Voldemort into the face. Got SP. Kusanagi Motoko boarding Tachikoma. This card's actually really good. 1200 for 7, which is absurd, but it has swiftness. And enter, rest all resonators your opponents control. Yeah, pretty good. Rest all their dudes and kill them. And then we have a foil raidist. So yeah, I do like the boarding Tachikoma. It's if you're playing like Ghost in the Shell, I don't know, like set, block, sealed, or whatever you want to call it, Stan the Noob, then you're definitely gonna need some like big heavy hitters, like finishers, because there's not a lot of like that kind of stuff in here. Onslaught, resonators with no attribute you control gain plus 600 plus 0 until end turn, which is all of them because they're all no attribute in this set. Let's see what we got for the rare. We got a Prime Minister's Office, one of those you know, Urzalans, and then we have Saito the Skilled Sniper. This card's actually pretty good. 600 for 3, and you can rest and deal 400 damage to a resonator. That's actually a pretty good ability because it makes combat math like a nightmare. You can also just straight up kill some dudes, but also like you attack and they try to block and you're like, yeah, your guy's gonna die now. Ada Byron, I mean, put a machine from your graveyard into your hand. That's not terrible. Probably not gonna play with that one or that one. Raidist, made robot, best card in set. Spider type drone. Mr. Anderson. He's actually not too bad. He does look like Hugo Weaving. Tell me he doesn't. Tachikoma A. It's a rare. Oh, this is a weird one. 600 for 3 with quick cast. Enter, target resonator gains plus 600. Not until end of turn. It just says plus 600. I think it's probably a misprint, but you know. We have Aramaki, the executive of public security. He costs way too much to play, in my opinion. The Tachikoma A is not too bad though. 600 for 600 for 3 is not a good rate, but you get a pump a dude. We all like pumping dudes. Ghost meeting. Don't take that out of context. We all like pumping dudes. Stealth drone, Bato, and Stan. So this is 1,000 for 5. Human machine. Dive. Target player discards 2 cards from their hand. Enter, destroy resonator. Yeah, maybe. That doesn't seem too bad. And then we have a foil hole in your head. And we're going to go a little bit quicker now. Does this set have like God packs? Ooh, acrobatic shot. We're just going to assume we're going to get almost all of the commons because we're opening 2 boxes. So this is Ishikawa and Motoko. Destroy target non-J ruler magic zone entity. Seems really good, actually. And then a foil home ministry. Getting a lot of those. Probably going to be running those. But it's kind of like, with no way to like search them up, the odds of you getting all 3 of them like back to back when you call your stone, not good. I would classify that as a not good odds. Togusa in the secret order. 400 for 2. Remove a card in a graveyard from the game. Ooh, foil Kusanagi boarding the Tachikoma. Nice. I don't think it's actually like a money card. I don't know. Are there any money cards in this set at all? Maybe the secrets. But yeah, I'll take it. For the deck that we're going to be building, I think it's going to be good. Ooh, same with this one. This one is quite good. 600, 500 for 2. Dive 1, look at your opponent's hand. Then you enter, name a non-Magic Stone card. The named card cannot be played. And it has pretty good art. Presidential order, or rather, pretty good screen cap. Yeah, we were talking about that. But yeah, pretty good. I'm glad to get that. Would like to get more. Like I said, almost anything with the major in it would be excellent. This is Ishikawa, and we're just going to go through. We already talked about these, right? I think we already talked about most of these. Well, no, there's some in here that I don't think we have. Look here. No, we have. We definitely have. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. Put them back in any order. Seems bad. When this card's put in the graveyard, draw a card. Also seems bad. Onslaught. That's the team pumper. We have the Bato and Motoko. Did we already have one of these? I think we did. No, we didn't. I don't think we did. So 1200, 100 for 6. Oof. When this card is put into the graveyard from the field, search your deck for a card with Bato or Motoko in the name, but not this one, and put it into the field, then shuffle your deck. Yeah, maybe. This could be good. Got the cyber interface. Yeah, could be good. I think we've hit like peak super rare here, though. I don't think we'll be getting very much more. Stan the Noob! I gotta say that every single time we come across it. We gotta say Stan the Noob. Stan the Good Helper! No longer a noob. 800 for 4. That seems bad. Enter, put a resonator from your graveyard into your hand. Seems bad, actually. Kind of. Security Robot. It's not like the effect isn't bad, but the fact that it costs 4 seems not great. Do barrel roll. Seems not great. There's that lady that does that, and she's like costs less. Saito the Sniper. This is the pinger one. Pretty good. Tachikoma A. This is the pumper one. Pinger and the pumper. We got, this is the last pack for box 1, and we're just going to go straight into box 2 and see if we can get something sweet. I think we've seen most of the good cards already. Home Ministry. This is one of the Urza lands, and then Top Secret Document Foil. That's not bad. We might play that. That's the one that lets you search your deck for a card and then put it in your hand. All right, second box. I'm just going to add this stuff right on top of the other stuff, and we'll see. That is not the one that I was talking about before. Stan the Noob. No. Stan the Noob. There we go. You have to say it with, like, all of the passion that Stan the Noob demands. Purin, Asaki, and Investigator. When its attacks are blocks, draw a card. I think we got one of these before. Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, not too bad. Yo, foil Stan the Noob. Let's go. Yeah. All right, still got my fingers crossed for the secret. This is going to be my 4th box overall that I open. Probably the last one. This is what I was talking about. Enter, put a machine from your graveyard into your hand. Oh, but it doesn't say machine resonator. Any machine. But she's only 400, 600. So I guess she's probably not as good as good old Stan. We have the Pinger Dude. Pretty sweet. And then a foil Prime Minister's Office. That's not too bad. Was the Pinger rare? Yeah, he's rare. Wasn't sure what he's super rare or not. It's hard to tell, honestly, which cards are like super rare and which cards like are like regular rare. I don't know, man. Also, I noticed there's no like full arts. They're just foil, which is kind of a bummer. Home Ministry and a Togusa the Competent Investigator. So he is a super rare 300 for 1. Enter, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a card from among them into your hand, put the rest on the bottom in any order. Or no, back on the top. Yeah, he seems all right. I'll probably run him. Like, just being able to basically Brainstorm. Isn't too bad. Let's see. We have it's like a worse Brainstorm. It's not actually Brainstorm, because Brainstorm you just straight up draw them and then you put whatever else back on top. This is Pernasaki, the girl in love. 0, 400 for 1, but she produces extra will. Not too bad. Yeah, we just got a foil truck. This is definitely a Purin deck. We got our Purin box. Got double Purins. Let's see. Still got my hope. We got another Stan the Good Helper. I mean, he actually might make the cut. Yo, Kusanagi Motoko, the Major foil super rare. This is the one that you get to look at your opponent's hand and then name a card, and they cannot play that card. You cannot play your freaking Beast Claw, or you cannot play your Togusa. I'm gonna look at your hand and be like, Aramaki, you can't play it. Bato and Saito. This one is a super rare. Destroy target resonator with total cost 4 or more. Enter destroy target resonator with total cost 3 or less. Actually quite good. Head mounted display. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, basically we're gonna look at all these rares and super rares and kind of just like chuck them into the deck, because I don't think there's a ton of good normals. This is some of them. This is Togusa in the Secret Order. Remove a card in the graveyard, and a Tachikoma B. This is the one that returns a resonator. Actually, quite good. That'll definitely make the cut. Basically, any like efficient, low-costed card probably gonna make the cut, because there's a lot of just really high-costed stuff. This is just regular Bato. 1,000, 1,000 for 4. Dive 4. Resonator gains 1,500, 1,500 until end of turn. Not too shabadoo. We have a Wired Anchor. Put a machine from your graveyard into your hand. Just a chant for 2. We can do better than that. And also, I don't know if we want to do like a recursion strategy. I think this kind of demands like just an all-out like attack them strategy, because there's not much these cards can do other than that, just other than attacking them. Got a Special Magic Stone, and we got a Bato and Saito super rare. This is a pretty good one. This is the one that destroys multiple dudes. Also, removal seems at a quite premium for this set. Not a lot of cards that are killing stuff. There's like some, but not a lot. This is the Tachikoma A. This is the one that gives them 600, 600. And then we have a Saito the Skilled Sniper. This is the Pinger. Pinger's not too bad. Still got my hopes out for a sweet secret rare. We'll probably know where the secret rare is though, because Paz. What the hell is Paz? This is the first time I've gotten this. 600, 600 for 3. Ugh. Dive 2, you gain 600 life. Yeah, we're not going to be playing with Paz. Tachikoma A. That's the pumper. Not too bad. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the secret rares are like all white. Kind of like how the box is. So it's going to be pretty obvious when we like rifle through these, if we have one. Armed Suit. Actually not too bad. Resonators you control gain 400, 400. But it costs 4. Oof. Then we have this overcosted Aramaki. Maybe the pumper one could be good. Like in this format, the format of Stan the Noob. It's actually not a bad card now that I look at it, because he's a 600, 600 for 2 with no abilities. But like, that's better than like a 400, 700 for 5. Like 200, 600 for 3. Your opponent banishes a resonator, draw 2 cards. This actually doesn't seem too bad. Aramaki and Togusa. And then we have this spider drone. Yeah, the Aramaki and Togusa doesn't seem too bad at all. I'm saying Togusa. Is it Togusa? Like, am I putting the wrong emphasis on it? Nomads. Yeah, like Stan the Noob is strictly better than Nomads. Like, this set is bizarre. So we have Ishikawa and Motoko. This is the enter destroy target non-J ruler entity. Quite good. I think we got 4 of those. We got a decent number of them. We're going to be running all of them. Delta Cyborged Army. Also worse than Stan the Noob. Now it's going to be like, compare everything to Stan the Noob. Is it worse than Stan the Noob? Then it is hot trash. If it's worse than Stan the Noob. We have another Kusanagi Motoko in formal wear. Not too bad. And then just this guy. He's just the dude. We got that dude. Probably like maxed out on supers here. We got a lot of them. Got just Motoko, just kind of chilling in a car. Bato and Stan. This is the discard 2 cards, enter, destroy resonator. Actually, not too bad. Infiltration, reconnaissance. Nah, we don't want that. This was a super rare. I said we were almost done with the super rares, but we still got more. Just look at this mess. Look at this mess. A lot of the cards just blend together. Like, it's hard to tell what cards are what because all of the art looks so similar. That's my big takeaway. If you want to hear me rant about it more, watch the other video. NSA headquarters. This one's actually not bad. It lets you 4C. And then Ishikawa and Motoko. Not a super rare, but still one of the really good ones that lets you blow something up when you play it. Actually, I have one down here that's not a super rare either. I am crazy. It's good. It's one of the best cards of the set, I think. It's not that great, honestly, by like regular Force of Will standards. But by this set standard, I think it's pretty good. This one is a super another Kusanagi boarding the Tachikoma. Yeah, not bad. And then just regular Togusa. Just regular Togusa. I only got a couple more packs left. Probably not gonna get that secret, but that's okay. I think it's like one per case. So their odds were against us because we're only opening 4 boxes total. Worldwide default, all players discard all cards in their hand. Not gonna be playing that one. And then we have this jabroni, and then the final Ghost in the Shell pack. And then we're gonna make this deck, and I'm just gonna show you how weird the deck is, I guess. Doesn't look like we got it, by the way, but we got a Section 9 headquarters, pretty good for the deck that we're gonna be making, and then a Saito and Stan. All right, so I'm gonna like tally all this stuff up, and we're gonna try to make a deck out of this. I'm gonna be using the starter deck as a baseline because we definitely need a ruler, and some of the cards in here are just straight up better than most of the things. But yeah, let's try this. This is gonna be very interesting. All right, and after much deliberation, I finally have a deck. Here I might be like off by 1 or 2 cards. I'm gonna be like 41 cards, but in any case, let's go over it. This was very interesting to build. Kind of fun, actually, just building with all these weird cards. So obviously our ruler is Aramaki. He is actually pretty integral to making this deck be decent. He's a ruler human with Energize 1. You can rest him to remove a card from a graveyard from the game, or in a graveyard from the game. Yeah, we're not really going to be doing that all that much unless we really need to. However, his static ability says you may pay 1 less to play cards not from your hand. When you play a card this way, draw a card. That's pretty sweet, and there's a couple cards that let us do that. Basically, the dive mechanic and one other card kind of synergize with that. So yeah, that's Aramaki. He does not have a J-Ruler side like you would expect for a Force of Will card, but yeah, it's still very interesting. Still kind of bummed he's not like Kusanagi or something. That would have been a little bit cooler. But in any case, let's start talking about the magic stones. I am running basically all of the pseudo Urza land. So I got the Section 9 headquarters. We only pulled 2 of those. We got the Prime Minister's office. We got 3 of those. We got the Home Ministry. We also got 3 of those. And then for the last 2 remaining ones, I pulled the I'm running the only NSA headquarters that I pulled. It's actually pretty good. Produce 1, and then you can also 4C 1. Not too bad. And then just because we needed something else, I run a single foiled gated town that came in the starter deck. It's not great, but maybe late game when you have nothing, you can use it to draw cards. I don't know. Not great overall, but you know, it is what it is. Next up, we have the Chance in the deck. I'm only running 2 Chance. They're both starter deck cards. They're actually pretty good. Optical Camouflage is a quick cast for a single will. Return target resonator to his owner's hand. Yeah, pretty good. We are running a full playset because they come in the starter deck. I'm also running Bombarding. This is the best removal spell in the whole set. It's in the starter deck. It's a chant, does not have quick cast. For 4, it says you may rest a recovered machine resonator you control rather than pay this card's cost, which is pretty good. And this card deals 1,000 damage to a resonator. Pretty decent removal spell, and it's more or less free if you have a cheap little machine that you can rest to do the alternate cost. And then finally, the rest of the deck, these are all resonators. A lot of them are starter deck, and some of them are not. We have Kusanagi Motoko in formal wear. These are the two we pulled. 200 for 1, human machine. Enter, choose a card with dive from your deck, remove it from the game with a cyber brain counter on it, then shuffle your deck. So this is basically a tutor for any card with dive, and then it gets the cyber brain counter. So basically you can just play it. Keep in mind that Aramaki reduces all the cards that we play not from our hand like that. So like I said, we have some synergy with him. So yep, running both of the formal wear Kusanagis that we got. Also running the only Pern Asaki, the Girl in Love that we got, just to help us produce some extra will to ramp into some of our big cards. We have Pern Asaki, the Elite. This is one of the starter deck cards. It's actually really, really good for the Aramaki ruler because, you know, he says, like I said, reduce the cost of all the cards you play from not your hand. And what does she do? Well, she puts cards out of your hand. So she's just a 0/700 for a single will. She's a human. You can rest her to remove a card in your hand from the game with a cyber brain counter on it. Basically, you just remove that card in your hand from the game. It costs 1 less to play with Aramaki, and when you do play it, it lets you draw a card. So that's not too bad. We are running the only Togusa, the Competent Investigator we got. 300 for a single will. Human, enter, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a card from among them into your hand, the rest on the top in any order. Not too bad, not the best. Just keep in mind he is a human, so he does not synergize with that bombardment that we had going on. Most of the cards in here are machines, though. We are running the Kusanagi Mochiko, the Major, the 2 that we pulled. Pretty good. 500 for 2, human machine, dive 1, look at your opponent's hand, then enter, name a non-magic stone card. That card cannot be played by either player, so keep that in mind as well. Next, we're running the only Aramaki and Togusa that we got. 600 for 3, also a human. Dive 2, your opponent banishes a Resonator. Pretty good. And enter, draw 2 cards. For 3, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like this card a lot. I think this card's actually like pretty good in Force of Will in general. Probably one of the best cards in the set. Next, we have Saito the Sniper. We only pulled 1 of him. 600 for 3, human machine, dive 3, destroy target Resonator, you lose 400 life. Yeah, pretty good. You get a, dive for 3, remove it from the game with a cyber brain counter on it, kill a Resonator, and then later you can play it, and it's just a 300, or it's just a 3 cost 600. Not too bad. Next up, we are running 4 of the Saito the Skilled Sniper, not to be confused with Saito the regular Sniper. 400 for 3 will, human machine, rest. This card deals 400 damage to target Resonator. Really good. Actually, really, really good at like preventing your opponent from attacking, making really bad, attacks, or if you attack, making really bad blocks for them. Pretty good card in general. Next up is the Tachikoma B. We are running the 2 that we pulled. 600 for 3. It's a machine. Quick cast, enter, return a Resonator to its owner's hand. Not too bad. Next up is the Tachikoma C. This is one of the starter deck cards. 600 for 3, machine, quick cast, enter, deal 600 damage to a Resonator. So it kills one instead of bouncing. Yeah, pretty good. A lot of the cards in here that are like, quite good are from the starter deck, actually, like the Tachikoma C here. Keep in mind, though, it does say to target Resonator. So if this is the only target, it will kill itself. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have Ishikawa and Motoko. 1000 for 4, human machine. Enter, destroy target non-J ruler, non-magic stone entity. So basically, Resonators and additions. And yeah, just solid removal, running all 4 that we pulled. Yeah, very, very solid removal. Just kill basically anything. Next up is one of the starter deck cards, probably my favorite starter deck card, Kusanagi Motoko in bodysuit. Cool artwork and a cool effect. 800 human machine. It has the dive 2, return a Resonator to his owner's hand. So it's kind of got that bounce on it. And then it explains what dive does. And just in case you didn't know, let's go into it in detail. You pay 2, reveal this card from your hand to play this ability, then remove this card from the game and put a Cyber Brain counter on it. You may play this card from your removed area as long as there is a Cyber Brain counter on it. And then it also has this card cannot be blocked. So it's 800 that cannot be blocked. Pretty good, running all 4 that the starter deck came with. And then finally, our big finisher in the deck is Kusanagi Motoko boarding Tachikoma. 1200 for 7 swiftness. Enter, rest all Resonators your opponent's control. Yeah, pretty good. It just comes into play and you just basically kill them. So if you get this card, you win the game. I like this card a lot, and 7's quite the big ask, but I mean, this Ghost in the Shell set seems pretty clunky and pretty grindy. So I have a feeling you will get to the 7, and this card will be the card that actually ends the game. And one thing to note, I don't know if this card actually works the way I want it to. It just says remove a card in your hand from the game with a Cyber Brain counter on it. Does that mean you can play it, or does it have to have dive to be able to actually play it again? I'm not sure. It might be like it has to have dive, in which case, take these out, toss these away, put whatever else in. Put Stan the Noob in instead. Anyway, that was my Force of Will Ghost in the Shell double deck in the box video. Super weird set. It was very interesting building a deck with all of these like weird, bizarre cards. If you like Ghost in the Shell and you are not turned off by the art style, maybe pick up a starter deck and a booster box. Just throw a deck together and just have some fun. Maybe buy a couple and play with your friends. Have like just a big Ghost in the Shell fight or something. Or just buy a box and just keep it on your shelf because the art on the box looks really nice. In any case, thank you very much for watching. Maybe leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, check out my Patreon, all that kind of stuff. It all really helps and I appreciate it. But regardless of what you do, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time for some more card game content. Have a good one all.